This is a tasty burger.
I'll have what she's having.
Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Damn Fine Meats. In celebration of Lost Highway, we are doing the Bill Pulled Ham. For ingredients, you're going to need some pulled pork barbecue, coleslaw, ground meat, salt, pepper, garlic powder. Just like usual, what we're going to do is we're going to start off by turning our pan on, getting that preheated. In this bowl, we got about 3/4 of a pound of ground beef. Usually I would use the ground beef, ground pork split mix, but with the pulled pork inside, it's going to have enough juice and stuff like that. What we're going to do is we're just going to get this into this bowl. We're going to kind of flatten it out in there and add our ingredients. Doing ground black pepper, kosher salt, garlic powder, and we're just going to incorporate those to get them thoroughly throughout the burger. Get in there with your hands. For those of you guys wondering, it is just ground beef, but it's a 73-27 split. That is the amount of proteins, the amount of fats. So it does have inherently more fat than most standards that you're going to find in grocery stores. Tend to be a little bit leaner. It tends to be 88-12 or 93-7. More fat equals more flavor, so don't be afraid of that. Alright, so as you can see, all of that seasoning is thoroughly incorporated. So, just like with the Steve Gutenberger, which you can watch still on the channel, what we're going to do is we're going to take about half of our meat here, a little bit more than half of our meat, and we're going to create a base. For this burger, we're doing a little bit bigger of a base, so about the size of your hand, fully extended out. You're going to press that in. Then we're just going to take our pulled pork. We're just going to add that to our burger mixture itself. You can do whatever type of barbecue you want for your pulled pork. We're just in Virginia, so it's easier for us to get vinegar-based pork. If you're looking for vinegar-based pork in particular, it'll be referred to as North Carolina style barbecue. Depending on where you are, you may get other styles of barbecue, and that's just up to preference. Texas, you're going to get dry rubs. South Carolina, you're going to get mustard-based. Most everywhere else, you're going to get a tomato-based barbecue. As you can see, there's a lot of liquid in that pulled pork. You can, as you're kind of putting it in there, squeeze a little bit out. You don't want the mixture to be too wet, but it's about 1/4 of a pound of pulled pork. We're putting that inside, and then we're going to take the rest of our meat and we're going to form a top. And it would probably be easier to kind of work in sections almost, just because of the size of the burger. So that half, grab a little bit more of your meat, then go over to the other side, kind of form that way. And once you get the top good and done, what you can do is then start kind of pressing your base back into your top, and then work it into a ball pretty much. Like usual, work your thumb around that middle section to where you get an even thickness kind of throughout the entirety of your burger. There we go. So you can see it's the biggest burger we've done so far, because you're going to need some extra food when you're on that Lost Highway. So, just like usual, we're going to take some oil, coat the bottom of our pan here. It's going to liquidate out as the fats start to separate. Go ahead and give that a good rotation around your pan. Then we're going burger down. Just because the thickness of this burger, you're probably going to want to let it go for about 5 minutes per side. If you're using a pan that's not necessarily a cast iron pan, you can expedite this process a little bit by adding some water to your pan, putting a lid on top, and letting that steam kind of heat through the middle and the top, and then just flip it over to get a char. So when we come back, it'll be about 5 minutes. We'll hit the flip. All right, guys, welcome back. It's been about 5 minutes here. We're just going to hit the flip, and then we're going to go another 5 minutes on the other side. You want to make sure to cook this at least mid-rare. The pulled pork is fully finished on the inside, so it's not as big a deal to have it a little underdone or done to whatever temperature you like. So here we go. Nice bit of char on the outside. As you can see, its thickness is inhibiting a little bit of cooking along the sides and stuff like that, but you're starting to get some light brown kind of going all the way up through. There's some still little rare spots here and there. But just go ahead and let this go for at least another 5 minutes on this side for a medium rare. And when we come back, we'll hit the assemblage. Alright guys, so we've been here for about 5 minutes on this side. We're just going to pull this off. We're going to set this on our burger bun, which is going to be comedically small because of how large this burger is. Oh yeah. Then we're going coleslaw right on top. And yet again, this is going to be another thing where depending on what part of the country you are, your coleslaw is going to be different. It's going to be comprised of different things. In our area locally, it is mostly cabbage, mayonnaise, carrots, red cabbage, a little bit of mustard, salt, pepper, things like that. The whole thing is a lot of places don't drain their cabbage, which gives you that bright green color, which typically happens by just mixing in mayonnaise and things like that while it's still wet. Then, because of pulled pork, you got to add a little hot sauce to it. So we're going hot sauce, dollop of hot sauce right on top of that coleslaw. There you go. That is the Bill pulled ham. Eat it on a lost highway or regular highway. It's up to you. But always have some damn fine meats.